The world is talking about energy transition and net zero targets. Machine learning, IoT, and artificial intelligence have become the buzzword. But what exactly is the application and where exactly are they used? How are they getting integrated into the systems and the processes? If you want to know all this, this is the place to be. This is Schneider Electric, India's Hyderabad-based manufacturing plant and an innovation hub. This place has been recognized as a sustainability lighthouse by the World Economic Forum. This place has been helping Indian government achieve the net zero target and also help all these products being integrated into various sectors. We have with us Mr. Deepak Sharma, who is the Managing Director of Schneider Electric, and he will be talking to us and taking us through this plant, the innovation hub, and tell us, our audiences, what exactly this plant is made up for and what the relevance is going ahead. Welcome to NDTV Profit, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you, Vikas. Welcome, and welcome to the NDTV Profit crew to Schneider Electric Hyderabad plant. Very proud to share that this is one of the most prestigious jewel in our crown. And we say with that proud because this has been recognized as a sustainable lighthouse factory in 2023 by World Economic Forum, and advanced lighthouse factory by World Economic Forum in 2022. There are only two in the country and one is with us. So again, it's a very proud moment. And this is a showcase of how technology and humans, have come together to build something which is going to build the future in a sustainable way. What we showcase here is how technology of Schneider Electric, what we call as an eco-structure architecture with connected layer of products, our edge controls, and our software layers with machine learning, AI, and predictive analysis can put together to solve the problem of our needs of energy growth and expansions in manufacturing while delivering our sustainability and achieving low carbon emissions. So this is what we want to show you in the next few minutes. This plant produces our three critical components like air circuit breakers, MCCBs, control gear, vacuum circuit breakers, which are mission critical for our infrastructure. So welcome again and looking forward to some exciting conversation.
Right, I mean, you have already given a gist of it, but I want to understand, what exactly you are doing at this plant and what is so unique? What has led this to be called as a lighthouse of innovation? What are the critical points that you can talk to our audiences on?
So very important, right? Manufacturing is something which we know in our industry or in our eras for long. I think the era we are living, which we call it the fourth revolution, the fourth industrial revolution, where we have brought data connectivity to the core of our manufacturing. What you see here as one of our use cases, and this use case is not only for us, actually we solve these problems with our customers. But this use case which we demonstrate in our factory, in our own factory, is connecting the technology, which is again the connected products, the layer of our edge controls and the softwares by delivering technology to solve the challenges of tomorrow. Now, what do I mean by that? If you're asking what is that different? The difference is that when we produce or we manufacture, whatever we do, we consume energy. And the story of Schneider, where we support a lot, is on the energy efficiency. How more electric, more digital is equal to sustainability. And that's the showcase here. So with our EcoStruxure platforms, we're able to deploy those technologies and achieve really measurable results. And these measurable results in terms of increasing our manufacturing efficiencies, we have seen the quality of our products going up. Our field failure rates have gone down by like 50%. Our manufacturing defects are down by 90%. So that is helping us in the manufacturing. Beyond that, we have also achieved a strong carbon control of all what we do. So our carbon emission are down by more than 50%. Our wastewater reduction is by 50%. And this technology has helped us to reduce our carbon to emissions by 61%. Our energy consumption is down by 52%. Our reduction in manufacturing defect rate, MDR, is by 91%. And our water consumption is low by 57%. So all these technologies which we are showcasing here has helped us to achieve to deliver more because our productivity is up by 54% by almost using half or our resources. And that's the equation of what technology can bring to manufacturing.
Right. You spoke about carbon emission reduction and also the role that innovation and digitization is playing into this. So can you talk to us about your smart technologies, where you are helping Indian government also and other sectors to achieve this? What are these smart technologies? Like you spoke about smart meters and other, for airports, building automation and others. Can you talk to our audience about that?
So Schneider Electric story is for multiple segments. Basically, we focus on 4 segments. And where we stand today is the industrial segment, where we see 30% of our carbon footprints comes from industries. Building is another big one, which is almost around 40% of our carbon emissions comes from buildings. And based on these segments, we have built architectures to solve the problem. And these architectures are for power, architectures for plant, architectures for machines, architectures for buildings. And then this industry where I'm standing today is the accumulation of all those technologies in one roof and deploying those technologies. And then what we do is we will be happy to show you our unique command center, which integrates all those technologies under one software, which is our offer from our brand Aviva. And then we integrate all of them together to solve those problems. Now, this is what happens at the machine. But the problem of energy is not only at a plant level. Schneider does everything from grid to plug. So when the energy is transmitted, we don't produce energy. But when energy is available at a substation level, from that level to a home or residential at a plug level is where we can bring architectures to solve these problems. So be it a substation, we can also help the substations to become more smarter, what we call as smart grids, with all the focus of the government of India of integrating more non-fossil energy into the grid. We need more grid stability because we will be integrating non-fossil with our existing fossil. We would need a grid infrastructure which will be more integrated, and with the ADMS technologies, Advanced Distributed Management Systems, we should be able to bring energy both in and out from the grid, which is what we call with our solution like net metering, smart metering. We then take this technology to how do we a transformer, how do a medium voltage, how do a low voltage, and this is what we call as powertrain. So the government initiatives of making the energy or the expansion on the research, or the government initiative of investments in the infra and the development of the country and build a 7 trillion economy by 2030 would need these technologies to be deployed at grid level, at manufacturing level, at building level, at residential level, at new energy level, solar, for example, which is what we know already enough, and government is falling on the installation of 1 crore houses. But how a household can become a microgrid in a small hamlet, and this we have already deployed in some villages in Jharkhand, where these villages are now running on a microgrid solution, which not only produces energy for lamps and lights, but actually running a small, minimum scale industry to process and make livelihood. So all these initiatives of the government from grid to plug is where Schneider Electric plays and brings these technologies in usage.
I have 2 additional questions. One on, you spoke about the command centers, right? The command centers has helped you to monitor the entire thing as far as the emissions and everything is concerned, defect monitoring and everything. So what are the use cases that you can offer to our audiences, which has helped your clients bring down this kind of emissions or reduction in overall carbon targets?
So when it comes to use cases, I'm very proud to say that our factories are our best use cases. Out of 31 factories in the country, 5 are already smart factory. Hyderabad is what we are standing, as we said, is recognized by World Economic Forum already as advanced and as sustainable lighthouse. Our Chennai factory really got the recognition of Golden Peacock for energy efficiency. So we have 5 smart factories already in the country. So this is our first use cases. Now these deployment of use cases at customer level is also increasing, and we believe this is possible. We have demonstrated a very strong case of our technology being used in building segments with our customer called Capgemini. And today with one energy command center, they are now able to measure the consumption of energy, water, waste, everything in their campuses, and they have reduced 29% of their carbon emissions in their campuses. So these are type of example. We have recently done another project with Tanishq, where we have also saved their energy consumption by 20%. There are lots of more. I am not allowed to name, I don't have the permission to name them, but the expansion of and deployment of these technologies is actually going multi-fold in solving the one challenge. How do we achieve as an ecosystem, as a country, our net zero commitments?
Right. You also spoke about reaching out to small villages and setting up microgrids. So can you talk a little bit more in detail what these microgrids do and what is the cost of installing these microgrids? Who pays for them and what the kind of payback period that people can look at?
So first, I think the point I want to make it, if you go to those villages, and I think we are blessed that we don't have the same challenges because we live in big towns, but I was privileged to see the hardship of those villages a few weeks ago in Jharkhand. And these villages are changing the livelihoods of our people. And I would want to respect all the women, because somehow they are the ones who struggle or fight the more, be it cooking, be it feeding kids and making the time on the education with the kids, and then also earning. So what did microgrid do in these small villages? I mean, we produce energy by solar, and this is relatively becoming I would say a known technology piece. But what we have done with smart energy distribution center in this village, that now we take the energy from the solar, we store. So we use what we need, what we don't use, we store it. And then during the day, what we produce, we use water pumping to bring water to the fields, water to homes. But more importantly, we have installed a small scale industry. So now, for example, the extruders are crushing mustard seeds to build mustard oil. And the same work was done by women carrying mustard on their head, walking kilometers, and then walking with the oil in the night. This happens in the village. Removing the layer from the rice, right? They used to do by hand, waking up 4 in the morning. Now it happens through machines, all powered by these microgrids. So microgrid is actually changing the life of these villages. And of course, we have electricity, not in abundance, but these microgrids compensate when they are not available, the electricity is not available, changing the livelihood of these communities.
And also very sustainable, because they are
and it's all sustainable because we are all doing through solar, fully sustainable. They also have a e-rickshaw, so which is also powered by what we produce, and the transportation of all the production they do is going to the main cities in e-rickshaw, which is again a electric vehicle, which is again a sign of sustainability.
Now, given the kind of infrastructure that you have set up over here and other factories, how do you think that this smart kind of factories will help overall increasing the India's contribution of manufacturing to the GDP? And what is Schneider's contribution to that?
So I think Schneider plays a good as any other economy. I think Schneider plays an important role in all the in this equation. First, as us, we already have 31 factories, and as we talk, we are building 5 more. And I don't think we're going to stop there, because the market in India is very promising, and we see once this wave of investments are over, the next wave should come to grow with the trajectory of the India growth story. And what we produce in India, almost 70% of it is also exported to 30 countries. So we are exporting out of India, which makes India as one of the strongest manufacturing hubs in India, and also India for the global. So of course we are expanding and going to contribute our small piece of manufacturing expansion in the country, which is the equation from 16 to 25. But beyond that, our second role is how do we create others, the ecosystem of startups, our ecosystem of other industries, to come to the scale by using technology to be competitive to the other parts of the world. So what we import today from some parts of from the Asia specifically, how can we localize more in this country? And today I think we proudly say that with Schneider Electric technologies, we can help the medium, micro, small scale industries, the manufacturing industries on bigger scale to produce, automate, digitize their manufacturing plants so that they can achieve scalability, which is indirectly proportional to the cost, and help you to be more competitive in India itself, and of course do it sustainability through our EcoStructure architectures. So we have twofold play in this initiative.
Because we spoke about a lot of things. We spoke about AI, we spoke about innovation. No, but AI is a very generic term, you know. So I would like to know from you, this is a smart, innovative hub that you have created. How are you using this or integrating these AIs and machine learning into your products? Now, can you explain our audience, like what exactly this robot does and what exactly is the purpose?
Yeah, so let me take an example here. This is a mechanism which is the heart of the breaker, and this has 200 components, and very, very critical part of the breaker, because breaker itself is a mission critical product, and it's the heart of the breaker.
What exactly is the breaker that you're talking
about? So breaker is like ACB, which job is to protect the installations in case of a fault, and of course protect the installation and people in case there's a fault. So that's the basic part of a breaker, and of course it does a lot of more things to help us to operate with efficiency. Now this particular component or the mechanism, which has almost 200 child components, is core, and the quality and the performance, resiliency is key. So what we have deployed in this example is a cobot. It's not a robot, right? It's a more human close machine, and we actually measure it's almost all the parameters of the 200 child components through AI. Everything is then flashed to our softwares. With the usage of AI, we check the reliability of the components and then ensure this is ready to be added in our breakers. So AI, as I said earlier, is not only coming as an analytical layer in our architectures, but also being deployed at the manufacturing, in our process, in our sales tools to achieve better performances or higher efficiencies in the way we serve our customers.
There is a strong focus on skill development. No, I mean, for a manufacturing hub like this, you'll require a lot of skilled workforce also. So there is a requirement at the India level, national level also, global level, and also at companies like this or factories like this. So what are your plans as far as skill development is concerned, and also for training of your workforce?
So competency of our people is at the core of what we do, because we believe people are our most important resources in the company, and we have a full-scale training center we'll be happy to showcase, where all our employees are trained before they go on the line, and there are trainings at different levels. So you go through multi-level training as you progress on the production lines in the company or in the production lines. Now beyond that, we have also committed ourselves to upskill the youth of the country. And here we are very proud to talk about, we have almost 530 plus vocational schools where we are training the youth on energy efficiency, on manufacturing, on these technologies. And so far we have trained almost 200,000 plus youth, which actually have got employment or became entrepreneurs in the electric industry. So it's a core of our story. We train our people in our factories for ourselves, but we also train the youth of tomorrow either to come and join Schneider Electric or join anyone else in the industry.
So what is the current employee strength for Schneider in India, and how much you are looking to scale that up to?
So first, I want to start with this plant, which is, as I said, this is one of the most prestigious jewel in our crown. We have almost 1,600 employees in this plant, and 2/3 of them are women, right? And this is at blue collar level and at the white collar level. So that makes us very, very committed to give the equal chance to both the genders in the society, and we are committed to bring 50% of our new hires from women genders, We are committed on 40% of our frontline managers to be women and 30% leadership roles to be also women. That's what we have committed, and it's one of our measurable index which we follow as our commitment to sustainability. In India, we have almost 38,000 people, and we are growing. In the next phase of our expansion, we believe we would hire another 6,500 employees with the expansion of what manufacturing we need directly, and of course plus indirect employment which will come through our suppliers who help us to manufacture these new products. So of course India remains our biggest population of our employees. We are very proud that beyond the expansion in our factories, we have just opened our biggest innovation campus in Bangalore, Avinya, and this is going to house 8,000 people, primarily from our digital and R&D development in one campus.
Oh, that's amazing. The other thing is requirement for technology. One is that you are developing your own technology also, but there is a lot of startups which are coming up, which are also very good. So, is there any kind of alliance that you are looking to form with startups for your technology development?
So at Schneider, everything we do with partners. I think collaboration and working together with an ecosystem is at the core of the company. What we do in India, a big part of our business is with partners. So we always believe in using the strength of all to solve a problem. And when it comes to technology, we are very happy to share that even in this factory, we have a small innovation startup room. We'll be happy to showcase and share with you that room, where startups from the country come, solve a real problem or use case, deliver a solution and test it. And very happy to also share that 3 of those startups solutions have been successfully deployed at Schneider Electric group level. So they are no more only a Hyderabad startup. Their solutions are now working in our global factories around the world. And thanks to the support of the government, the program called T-Hub actually helps us to accelerate the association with the startups to use the strength of the wider ecosystem.
So there is also a lot of technology related development that's happening, and for a plant like this you need. So are you looking at developing everything indigenously, or you are also looking at partners for these kind of technology?
Well, so at Schneider Electric, we have always believed to work with partners. Actually, partners are at the foundation of our company. A big part of our business we do in this country is with our partners. So there is no shyness in using the ecosystem of our experts around us. And that's why we also collaborate with the external companies when it comes to technology. In this particular factory, we have a very strong use cases, a lab which we'll be happy to show you, where we bring startups who work with us on a use case, a real problem, and then solve it. And we're very happy to announce that out of those multiple use cases, 3 startups have gone and now become our global suppliers. And these technologies of AMR, the autonomous mobile robots, 5G, on auto AI, are these couple of use cases which are global today. So yes, we work with partners. We are very happy to use the knowledge which exists in the ecosystem, and we bring them together. And we want to thank the T-Hub, the initiative of the government, which we have leveraged to develop this partner ecosystem in this plant.
Right. Can you also talk about the kind of technology or the product that they have contributed to Schneider?
So in terms of the technologies, we're talking about an AMR, which I'm sure you will be able to see very soon. It's an autonomous mobile robot helping us to move our materials and logistics. We're talking about an artificial intelligence driven application which is used on our machines, and you saw one of the use cases recently in testing the performance and the quality of our breaker mechanism. And then we are using our 5G technologies for what we communicate data in the process.
Right. Coming to the last question of this interaction, I just wanted to ask, like for Schneider India, what is the contribution that you make in terms of turnover to the entire Schneider group as such, globally? And what is the kind of way ahead that you are looking at from India perspective?
Yeah, so India is an important contributor to the group. As I said earlier, we are the biggest size when it comes to employee, 38,000 almost employees in the country. We are one of the 4 hubs of the group, and in terms of top line, we are number 3 after US and China. So an important player, and I think all of us in India are very excited. How do we continue growing and become number 2 for the group in years to come?
Okay, and recently your global head had also spoken about India's total capex plan, the 3 years capex plan. So can you talk to us about what the kind of investments that we have already made and where exactly they have gone and what's the remaining amount and where it will be spent?
So we announced like 18 months ago that we're going to invest around 3,200 crores in India, and these 3,200 crores primary goes for the expansion of our manufacturing footprint, but not only. As I said, we are also building our new offices in Bagmani, the biggest one for us. Out of all the expansions, they're almost in the pipe, so they're almost promised, which means cashed out or being promised in the system. And in the next almost a year, whatever we have promised will start coming into life and will start producing the products which we need in India for India and India for the global exports.
Right. It was pleasure talking to you, and nice. I mean, wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vikas, for coming, and thank you for the entire NDTV Profit crew for coming and sharing those pleasure moment with us. Thank you, Vikas.